I think we are going live.
Yay!
Sounds good.
Finally.
Live on Facebook, Instagram, where?
Facebook.
Just share it with everybody as well.
Hey, everybody. Happy Monday. Welcome
Yes,
back.
Monday.
Happy Monday.
Okay, so we are live. I'm thrilled and excited because I tried with all this technology, but I think it's Friday. We had those jets, those airplanes coming in.
Yeah.
So I think that had to do with the whole thing not being able to get in. So happy Monday. I'm excited now.
Happy Monday. Thank you for joining us, George.
Absolutely. I was gonna say, do you guys still know what day is it? I mean, I'm
Oh my God! Like it's the only day of the week that I know which day it is. Like Monday. That's it.
Monday. Today's Monday.
All right. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Who's excited for Monday? We are. So thank you so much for those of you who are joining in. Erica, the title girl.
And Dee from Bold and Young.
And George Khoury, GK Realty Group.
Fantastic. And we're honored to have you today, George. And for everybody that's listening, thank you so much for listening in. So we're gonna start rolling in. I know that people are gonna start jumping in as much as possible. And I always look into my Facebook to see if they have any questions that they're looking for. But George, I know Dee just got to meet you today. But I'm sure she's been following you in social media, and seeing everything you're doing. I'm going to start with one thing. I know you, but a lot of people that are listening into the media and Facebook Live, a lot of them don't know who you are. So I want to ask you a quick question. What did you do before real estate? Give me a little bit of background for those of you who do not know you, what you did, and how you became to become the real estate guru of Broward.
I think it's easier to ask what I didn't do. I think that will be an easier list, a smaller list, actually. So first of all, if you don't know me, my name is George. I'm with GK Realty Group, broker and owner of GK Realty Group. Originally, I'm Lebanese. I came here about 12 years ago, 2008, actually. That was the best year to come to the USA.
Right.
Big crash, terrible economy, and it can be a better year to start doing something over here. And I didn't know that back then. Back then it was the norm for me. And this is like lately I've been thinking what really, how did my career really transfer from 2008 till now, 2020, and how I still feel kind of comfortable and despite what's happening around me. And I realized, I did start at that, I did start my career when things were shitty, when everybody was complaining, when I wanted to start real estate, people were talking like, "Are you crazy? Are you out of your mind? This is the worst business to get in right now." So moved here 2008. I got a chance to come to USA, and I just couldn't let this go. Coming from Lebanon, we had to move before from the village in 2000. After we lived through war pretty much all our lives, so we moved from village down to Beirut to kind of escape the war when Israel left Lebanon, and I'm not gonna even go through those details. And then in Beirut things were a little bit iffy as well. From car bombing to people, the economy was bad, and still till now, if you look at the news, till now, it's actually only getting worse. So, and in 2008, I got a call from my uncle. He's like, "You want to come here?" I'm like, "Sure." He's like, "When?" I'm like, "Well, I'll go next week." So I really was willing to drop everything behind and just take this jump into the unknown, really, because it's a complete different culture, complete different world. I had no idea what's going on over here, but I was willing to give it a shot, just because if I don't do it, I would have regret that, knowing that deep inside. So I came here, started doing waiting tables. I did that for about a year. While I was doing that, I was doing construction with my uncle, and I was DJing at night. At some point, I kid you not, I was working about maybe 22 hours per day.
Wow.
I had my construction clothes with me in the trunk. I had my DJ set on the other side, and I had my pretty much my my apron for waiting tables. And I remember those days, and it was I was really so excited about just learning as much as possible about this whole new life that I'm about to experience, and that I really didn't want to miss any chance. So waiter, DJ'd for a long time. I was DJing 3-4 nights per week. I was going around pretty much, up to New York, DC. I was driving around DJing like spots, here and there. That was fun. I got a chance to sell cars. I did that for a few months as well. And really, I was flipping between jobs like I was changing my clothes. I'm not kidding with you. I mean, whatever was making money, whatever was making me, kind of flow. And people tell me, well, over here you can make, let's say $100 per day. And I was looking, okay, now I'm making $100 per day. How can I make $1,000 per day?
Right.
That's when things started to kind of register in my head. So life was great. Then one day I was still going to school. I was doing civil engineering. I decided to stop that. I decided to stop going to school. I was getting some money as well from my parents. That right there just stopped. And I decided to go into sales. I seriously dropped everything behind, and I decided to go into sales. I applied. I went to Nordstrom. I got a job selling women's shoes. I did that for like 40 days. I was number one salesperson there, but then the manager was really up my ass to sell only stuff from his department, which if I sell one shoe, I'll make $5. If I go to the next department and I sell one shoes there, I'll make 50. So I'm telling you, in my head, it's like always I'm trying to kind of think of ways to improve at that point my dollar per hour.
Right.
And I quit that, and I had I had a friend of mine who wanted to buy a house, and I was doing the math. I'm like, well, I'm gonna go get my license. And I was that kind of person. Like if you tell me something, before you even finish, I'm already looking into it. I'm already jumping on it, and I would get bored from it like right away. Like it take me really like 30 days to know, what, it's not for me. And at some point, I was really getting depressed because, like, what the hell? I mean, in the past 6 months, I went through 5 different jobs, and I'm not even happy. Yeah. So happiness, when I was making some money, happiness started to become as important as making money. I was taking my real estate class, and I met a girl over there. She was helping me with the real estate terms. Coming from Lebanon, not knowing anything about English really. I mean, barely any English. I really found a lot of hard time learning the professional terms in real estate. So she was helping me a lot to pass. I did the class. I did took the exam about maybe 4 times. I failed 4 times.
But you were fearless, my friend.
You in my heart. I asked the lady there, I'm like, how many times can I take this exam? She's like, well, as much time as you want. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get this freaking license. No matter what I do, I'm gonna fail 1,000,000 times, and I'm gonna get this license. And so I got.
That's what it's all about: the hustle and bustle, and the drive and the passion that you have, that you put.
Absolutely, but before I didn't know that. Like I didn't know what I had in me. It wasn't until really about 2-3 years ago when I started reading more books and getting to know more about the mindset, the mentality, the persistence. And I'm like, damn, man, I had all of this in me without even knowing what it is. So I mean, after that, really, I did some timeshare, at Wyndham. A lot of things changed in my life that, at that moment, I wasn't talking to my parents because, to them it's like, what are you doing? Like, you stopped civil engineering to go into sales. Like, listen, they have their mentality, they have their mindset. And at that point, they were right about it. I mean, if you were born in a specific culture, this is right and this is wrong. That's it. This is wrong. So really, you can't blame them. I understood that back then. So it kind of made me feel like, all right, there's only one way out of this situation with my parents, is to really show them and prove to them that it can be done this way. It doesn't have to be your way only. It can be done this way. So at Wyndham, I wasn't getting any money in. They had really a strict schedule to wake up early, so I couldn't DJ either. I was living with my friend on the couch, and I really got hungry. I'm not kidding with you. For like 3 weeks, I was driving my car. Like when you put on drive, you push the gas, and then you put on usual, so the car, you can actually gain more mileage.
Yeah.
Eating French fries from Walmart, you get those big bags for $1.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding with you. I went to that time.
Yeah.
Till I got to a point that I learned how to sell timeshare. I started selling timeshare. And it didn't take me that long to realize it's not really for me.
Yeah.
I kind of felt that, I want to be in a position where I'm selling people something that will improve their life.
Right.
And I was hearing a lot of, negativity. Don't take me the wrong way. Timeshare works for a certain kind of people.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It doesn't work for someone who's taking one vacation every couple of years. And my job was to pretty much sell everybody. I didn't have, hey, let me see if you qualify to buy one. It didn't work like this. I mean, you have the leads, you have to pretty much sell. So I quit that. That's when I really got depressed, because I'm like, what the hell is wrong with me? Am I gonna ever find what really, am I gonna ever be successful, or is just, I'm gonna be that person who's just jumping from one job to the other?
In between of finding your passion.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And, I really doubted myself. I mean, I got to a point like, that's it. This is me. I'm going to always, feel the up and down. And then I just said, you know what? I have a license. Might as well just start doing real estate.
Yeah.
And the timeshare industry helped me big time to break into the sales of the real estate. Seeing homes, seeing properties, talking to different people. Talking to people wasn't really my thing. And again, now it's hard to believe. Even for me, it's hard for me to really believe it. I'm not kidding with you. I would just spend half an hour, like my drive to meet the client. I'm really talking myself into, don't turn around. Don't, just keep on going. Don't doubt yourself. Like I was really living in my head, like, what if I fucked it up? What if I, excuse my language, what if I mess it up? So it's always that doubt that I consistently had to really overcome.
And what year was that, George, when you decided to let go timeshare and definitely go to real estate? What year was that?
That was 2011.
2011.
That was right when I turned 21.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
I turned 21 that year, and I'm, it's really a time to start, to start kind of figuring out what you want to do in the future.
Yeah.
So I started real estate, and one thing led to the other. I met some great people who kind of told me about some good training I should take, some good book I should read, and believe me, my issue is not that I couldn't sell or I couldn't meet people. My issue was my mindset. What I realized today, and it's not just with me, it's really it's a sickness with the entire world.
Yeah.
It's still a war for me to overcome every single day. And I'm telling this to everybody, because
Absolutely.
sometimes we look at those, like idols. You have an idol, and you think that person doesn't go through what you go through. They do. We all do. Yeah. It's just you become more immune to a certain thing. It's like if when you're a brand new a 1-month-old baby, anything will get you sick. After 2 years, now your immunity system is actually much higher. At 20 years, you can pretty much eat dirt and not get sick. So it's really about working on yourself, working on your mindset, and really overcoming what your brain is constantly telling you in a negative way. Because everybody has the it's in us to really think big. but then you had the other side of your brain telling you, come on, stop the BS. You know, you really can't go up that high. Stay on the ground. You know, this is your safe. You know, this is your safe ground here. Don't try to fly. And you hear about eagles growing between chicken, and they never learn how to fly.
Yeah.
So one thing I did, and I'm thankful for, is, you know, I really pushed myself out of my comfort zone in terms of my zone as well. You know, you want to be out talking to people who aren't really, let's say, as bad as you are at that moment. You want to talk to people who will make you feel uncomfortable. If somebody you're talking to and they're not making you feel uncomfortable, it means you're really in your comfort zone still. You don't learn much. The other day, I met this great client. He is very young, but I'm not kidding with you. I was really impressed with that person because he knows his shit very well. What he's doing is really working for him on a different level. At some point, he made me feel a bit uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And I loved it because I know for a fact that I'm really improving myself. I did learn from that person in those couple of hours I spent with him, more than I learned in the past 2 or 3 months spending with you know, time with the same people that you know, I'm always hanging out with. And again, there's no problem with that, but you know, pick your sphere right.
Exactly.
If you have a lot of drama in your life, you won't be able to focus. You won't be able to focus. Even if you want to focus, you won't be able to focus. So I went into real estate. I don't want to, you know, shift away from the subject. I started learning, you know, the first year really in real estate, I've dealt with, you know, a lot of doubt about, you know, myself, if I can do it, if that's the right thing for me, you know, what should I say, what should I do? So I started listening to a lot of, you know, audiobook, you know, while I'm driving. So that kind of, you know, improved my mindset, you know, one time after, you know, so pretty much I was improving day after day to get to a point where what used to bother me before doesn't bother me anymore.
Right.
You know, so and that's the only way you can improve. You can't just wake up one day and, like, you know, if you feel motivated, oh my God, it's a great day, and then the next day you're like, wow, hey, I feel like shit. So
You have to take a step after the other.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I see you guys, like, you know, I see, you know, Erica, I mean, I've known you for some time, and, you know, you're someone who does that. You know, you keep want to improve yourself. You keep want to, you know, reach out and see how things going and what am I doing. And, you know, I really appreciate that. And, you know,
thank you.
Right.
But it's like you said, my friend, number one, you have to know who your tribe is. And that's why I have my close circle and I know who my tribe is. You know, I try to maintain myself with people that have the same mindset and they're hungry and they're always trying to improve yourself. And we're always learning from different people. I did a closing, I did a closing a couple of months ago, and the kid had a dream. He said, by my 21st birthday, I'm going to be a homeowner. And he put his head to say in his goal, I'm going to become a homeowner by my 21st birthday. I'm going to help my mother. So it doesn't matter how old that person is. Every day we can learn something from somebody else, you know. And I made 2 notes. You said that mindset is everything, and so is persistency. You had both. You had the drive, you had the mindset, and you were persistent because you knew where you're going to be headed. And I think that's the key. We need to have the right mindset. We don't wake up every day happy. Look, I woke up this morning and I'm like, what am I going to do with my hair? You know, pick it up. Let's just go for it, you know, which is the key, right? We always have to have that mindset.
You need to see it, you know, the finish line before you even start. And, you know, there's a saying, you know, when do you start building a house? When you finish the house.
Yeah.
So when you finish planning the house and having a plan for you to follow, you start building a house. You don't just wake up one day, you know what, I want to build the house today. So it's just, you know, start laying concrete. And so you have to kind of see the end result before you start. And you guess what? You're gonna get your ass kicked every day. You know, some days you're gonna really doubt yourself that, you know, you're gonna even get close to making it.
Mhm.
We all face those days.
Yeah.
Like everything was going perfectly fine. Then, this coronavirus thing hit. And now
Yeah.
the entire world is freaking out and people are like, oh my God, am I going to freaking make it or not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then in my head, like, listen, my goals are still my goals for this year. Now it's just a matter of me finding new ways to accomplish those goals.
Correct.
So
Exactly.
if you ask me how many days I worked in the past 2 months, I worked every day, just like every normal day.
Exactly.
While people are doing things here and there, watching the news, watching all that crap that you hear from, it's the end of the world. It's not. It's a one hiccup, just like everything else in life. It will come to an end.
Mhm.
Life will resume, whether it resume in the same way as before or not. Your job is to adapt.
Yeah. What are you doing during this time to get ready for what's next? And
Maybe-
to get back to reality, because it's like you said, I mean, you started your career in a time where there was uncertainty as well, and you kept pushing, and like you said, you didn't recognize your drive and the thing that pushed you at that moment. But as you grow and as you learn about the different mindsets and how to overcome maybe the fear of launching, or things that become obstacles because of your circumstances, like you didn't let that stop you. You kept going and you kept pushing. And I think that that's a great reminder for people during this time, because even though we're going through an uncertainty and people don't know like what's going to happen tomorrow, the truth is life will go on and business will continue. So I think that this time would be best spent if we get ready for what's next, we improve our skills, and we keep pushing, like you said.
Absolutely. And something, what's really messed up is people are afraid to change.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That is the biggest problem is when you really hold on to your past or the way you were in the past, and no, I don't want to become this person, or I don't want to change. That's when you really screw it up for yourself.
Exactly.
So we are facing a life-changing event. Absolutely, whether you agree with what's happening or not, it's life will never be the same as before. It might take years for things to start coming back to somewhat normal. So
Yeah.
if you're a professional out there and you're just sitting and waiting what's going to happen next, by the time the new wave hits and we're on top of it,
Right.
you're still trying to
Just
pretty
trying
much
to swim.
swim to catch it.
Yeah.
And listen, there's no secrets out there. And this is the beauty of how connected we are today with the internet. Talk about someone in the 1950. Listen, their life was really harder than us, big time. Because if they want to find out something, they're gonna have to really go and dig for it.
Right.
Now you go on Google, you ask Google or Siri or whatever the hell it is, anything, and guess what? You have pages of things that will tell you what you have to do.
Exactly.
You don't know what to do, hire a coach.
Yeah.
You have the money to hire someone to tell you what to do and follow what they tell you, what you have to do. Read books. I mean, how many books are you guys reading? If you can't read, just listen to audiobook.
Yeah.
You have to brainwash yourself. And people are afraid of that brainwash. It's a good thing. When you unlearn and relearn new ways, this is really this is what will give you the most satisfaction moving forward. Real estate will always be here. Someone will have to sell. Someone will have to buy. Now, if your friend isn't looking to sell anymore, that's not the end of the fucking industry. And excuse my language,
It's okay. It's okay. That was my other question, though.
To be real.
Yeah, that was my other question. What is it that you we all are adjusting with everything, the way we conduct business, the way we are doing business. What are you doing right now? What is it that you're adjusting to do? How you're showing listings, how are you showing your listings, working with those borrowers? What is it that you are adjusting right now?
So a lot of whenever you have a vacant property, it's vacant, so you really don't have to do much besides just keeping it clean. So, and again, everybody out there, you know, all the realtors were in our description, we're asking them to wear mask pretty much at all time, even though if the property is vacant.
Right.
A lot of the sellers that they kind of backed out of selling in the past couple of months, they realized that the market is still moving forward. And as a matter of fact, the market is doing just fine today.
Mhm.
And just to throw it out there, and you know, for people who are freaking out right now,
Mhm.
you're really mistaken, because you don't feel the pain when you get punched. Think about that. When do you feel the pain? The next day or
Mhm.
2 days after. So listen, I'm not saying anything about this market, but you're not gonna feel the effect of what's happening today. You
Mhm.
might feel the effect of this next year or the following year. So
Right.
that's when you really have to put in the effort into knowing and starting to pick on those hints that, listen, the market is changing, is moving this way.
Mhm.
And you know, pretty much don't get too stuck in your old ways. This is the
Yes.
only thing I'm doing. I'm ready to change. I'm willing to change.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Listen, I changed careers so many times. I'm not saying when I changed career, but I changed houses so many times. I moved from my village to Beirut, from Beirut to USA, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes to make my life the way I want to make it.
Yeah.
So I'm willing to adapt in any kind of
Mhm.
situation. So what I'm doing right now, to be specific, you know, regarding
Mhm.
your question, uh, people need support. If you don't know about the market, you better get yourself the knowledge you need. People will ask you questions that they will rely on your answer. And if you can't answer those questions, don't even call anybody. I'm
Exactly.
being for real. So if I can't answer, you know, how's the market doing today? Why am I presenting myself to be a real estate professional?
Exactly. Uh-huh.
So get to know your market very well. Get to know what happened before in pretty much an epidemic like this. You know,
Mhm.
9/11 happened, and you know, you had the previous crash, you had the 1990s. I mean, whatever. You know, throughout the years, you had multiple case scenarios just like this one. You know, and you know, the market really, you know, it doesn't take a hit, or it does take it adapt to the new way of doing business. It's normal to see 50% decrease in the market, in the volume, the amount of sales. This is normal, but you know, there's still 50%. Instead of focusing on the, oh my God, the market dropped by 50%. No, listen, there's still 50% of what sold last year is still selling this year.
Mhm.
This is your mindset. This is, you know, you're looking at the positive in this market and you're really budging on that.
Yeah.
If you have 20,000 realtor and you have 10,000 sales, but now you have 2,000 realtor and you have 5,000 sales, which one is better? As a
Mhm.
realtor, as a professional, if you do the math, how many sales per realtor we had before? I mean, honestly, I feel like we had a terrible market before, because, you know, I mean, how do you compete with a realtor who's offering $1,000 commission to their client? And the client, listen, you know, sometimes they choose to go with that person. They get burned 6 months after. I have to call them and now reestablish that trust. Now we're less likely going to see that, because a
Yeah.
lot of people will leave the industry. So I hope
Correct.
it's not you. If you're watching, get to know your product. If you don't know your product, listen, I'm going to throw it out there. We're hiring people who are willing to take this to the next level. You know, me, and there's other great brokers out there looking to hire a specific quality of people to teach them how to take this business to the next level, because now is the time to do a change, to make that change. You know,
Yeah.
Erica, how much knowledge do you have about the market? You're always
Yeah.
involved in the market. So people
Yeah.
need to just reach out and
Mhm.
know what's happening in the market, build knowledge for this market today, know what you're talking about, listen to people who will help you with your mindset. Because if your mindset is negative, your entire life will be terrible. If you have a positive mindset, you will find that opportunity
Mhm.
in the middle of the darkness. Whether it's a
Yeah.
dark time or it's a light time, it doesn't matter. There's always opportunities. As a matter of fact, people who got filthy rich, they got filthy rich when the market was going down.
Exactly.
People don't make money when things are smooth. You know, you survive when things are smooth. When things start to go down, that's when you start put strategy in front of you and make moves that will in the end you are way above what you were today.
Absolutely. No, I mean, thank you for that. Actually, you answered both of the questions, because the third question was going to be exactly how is it what is it that you're learning right now in this pandemic? And you answer that specifically, because I know that Dee agrees with me. We're in the times that we need to let go of the fear. We need to push. I mean, if this is your career, if you think real estate is your career, because this has been my career for 20 years, I started when I was 12. So this is my career all my life. I need to learn what's happening in my market. I need to be ready to answer those questions. Guys, Florida Realtors, NAR, all those websites, you go in, even Miami Association of Realtors, they give you market stats. You have the market, you know what's happening. You need to do your research. But if you really think that this is going to be your career for the rest of your life, you need to be full in knowledge and learning every single thing that you can about the market. Listen, it's changing every day. So that means that we need to be learning every day something new. We need to be upgrading like a computer. Every week, we need to feed it more and more information, because it's changing every day. Right now, I'm sure that if a client, George, asks you, can you give me the interest rates about today? Whatever you tell him today is not going to be what's happening tomorrow, because this market is changing every single day. Every single day is something new. George, you've been amazing. Everything you said, I admire you because you're young. You told me you're 30 years this year? You just turned 30?
I turned 30, yeah, well, three months ago. I'm
3 months
almost
ago.
31, time is running,
Yes, time is running. You started as a baby in this industry, so like I did. I'm always going to be in my 30s. I'm always going to be a millennial, guy. So all my YPNers, don't kick me out. I'm always going to be a millennial. But, it's amazing because you started this career in the crash. You started in the crash, and your mindset is what take you to be where you are today. And I see where you're going. I see that you're laser focused on your vision. You know where you're headed, and you're building this amazing team because you know where you're going. And I think that a lot of people that are listening right now, are impressed that no matter what we go through, no matter what the market is gonna, if the market is gonna hit, we're gonna have a small recession now. I'm sure we're gonna get out of it, because what we're going through right now it's nationally. Everybody's going through it.
To be honest with you, if you ask my team member, they will tell you we've been looking forward to a change since actually last year, and they're ready for a change. My team member, they're ready right now for whatever the market brings to us in the near future. We've been talking about a change. We've been really overdue for a change.
Yeah.
People got too spoiled with the same thing every year. This is a good change. Yeah. I'm telling you, I'm actually very excited about it.
That's good.
I was, things start to get tiring after a while, so welcome. We're ready, and we're.
As far as marketing, how are you and your team handling it? Like, how are you guys promoting your business? How are you staying up to date? How are you staying ahead of the competition? What are you guys doing right now?
We're actually about to drop a bomb this week.
Uh-oh.
We've been looking forward.
Can we get the exclusive or no?
No exclusive yet.
Actually, this morning I finalized one of the videos we're looking to drop.
Nice.
We're starting to film some video marketing to really show people why we're different, and that's what people really want. They
that's key.
We've been hearing a lot, like, I don't want to work with a realtor. Buyers, they don't want to work with a specific realtor. Why? Because the industry, the professionals, or the one that so-called realtor in this industry really led us to this point. Now it's time to recreate yourself and really show people why you're different. you know,
Exactly.
otherwise you have a lot of competition, you know, all of the iBuyer that they really barely started before this. Now they're seeing a gold mine to dig into, because think about it, people most likely, a lot of them, not all of them, you know, a lot of them, they don't want other people walking in their houses. They don't want you know, to have much contact with other people. They don't want to, they want to just get an offer and just move on. So if you're watching a lot of the news, and again, don't take me the wrong way, I'm just telling you the way it is. If you're stuck to the news every day and you believe that this is gonna make a huge effect on you and your family, now you're willing to take 10-20% below market value because health is more important to you than money. However, if I can still show you how to make 20% more than the iBuyer with the marketing I do, that you really don't have to do what, you know, open your door for people to come in, you know, but again, there's a little bit more work from you. Now, I'm showing you that this little bit more of work will definitely be worth 20% more for you.
Exactly.
For the stock. But people don't know that they still can sell properties without really we're doing maybe one showing.
Yeah.
So we had a property actually we just under contract. Everything was digital, everything. People drove by the house, they liked it. We send them the 3D, which, God, it's amazing. I mean, you can really walk step by step inside the house without even being over there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you're seeing the 3D. The only thing you need to know, make an offer, agree on the price. Once you get the inspection done, the owner will leave the property. You walk in, make sure you want the house. You want the house, good. You're doing the house. You know, you're seeing it now for not really the first time, but physically for the first time. Second of all, you're doing the inspection at the same time. That's it. The job is done.
Correct.
So you're making 20% more by doing just those couple of things. Sellers, we don't even have to meet. You don't even have to meet me. You don't. Really. I mean, I don't have to come out to your property and, you know, I can see it on Zoom. You know, we do have the tools. We've been using those tools before.
Correct.
It's just that now we have to really show people that, listen, we have these tools. We're equipped to this changing market. We've been ready for it. You know, we can do things online. We can do notary signature online. We can do closing without, you know, seeing us. We can do so many things right now, you know, with that social distancing. So
absolutely.
So you know, as a realtor, you definitely have to market this nonstop. You know, this is really this is the next era. We are so blessed because we were dealing a lot of people from New York and New Jersey and California even years before this happened. So we had to kind of be proactive with, you know, everything we had is online. So my focus right now is not really to restructure my business to make it online, because that's already been done.
Yeah.
Now I'm just really enforcing those. So as a realtor as well, if you want to stay in this market, you have to always try your hardest to be a step ahead of the game.
Correct.
Because if you're not a step out of the game and you're not on your game, you're way behind, and the wave won't bring you forward. So
and I love that about you, because George, you've always been doing videos. You've always been doing Instagram stories. Even when you were working out at 5 in the morning at Orange Theory, you were showing, I'm working out at 5 in the morning, I'm driving to the gym. You know, you always had social media and you always had marketing. So now pretty much you're taking it up to the next level, because I'm sure that what you were doing before is what everybody started doing now. So now you're definitely going to take it to the next level. And guys, I've been saying it, and I've been saying it consistently. You need to have social media presence. You need to be in Instagram. You need to be in Facebook, and you know, do social media and videos. Start doing videos. No matter what you look like, who cares? Just show your face and do video. And I know Dee is the expert on that. That's not me. I just help a little bit. but I know definitely Dee is the expert on that. So if you guys need help with your social media, you don't know when to start or how to start, please reach out to Dee, Deromer, Dee. I know that she's going to be talking about, again, Instagram and videos and all of that, because it's something that you guys are needing. I don't see a lot of people doing videos and doing virtual tours, which we're going to talk about that as well. But I know, George, you always taking it to the next level. So we can't wait to see that video and that marketing that you're going to do. So make sure that you tag us.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I think that, like he said, you have to just accept the change, that the change is happening, adapt. Virtual is happening. It's been it's been coming for the longest. And now that we are going through the situation, people are really looking into it like, okay, yeah, I need to step up my virtual game and my online presence. But I think it's just about preparing for the future. Like, where do you see yourself in a couple of years? If you do have that vision for your business and for yourself, I think that you can get ready for that and step ahead of the game. Like George said, get ready, learn, read. There's a lot of information out there. And I think that one of the consistent topics that we've talked about with all of our guests every Monday is about how important information is, how important it is to be knowledgeable, to know what, your business, to be a professional, to make sure that when a client is asking a question, you have the answer, and that you're thinking outside of the box, So I think that, like George said, you have to get out of your comfort zone in order to grow. And that's great. I love the way that that you are handling your business. I think it's amazing that you are this young entrepreneur that has going through so many obstacles and situations, but you have overcome. And I love that you have created a brand for yourself, and I think that's amazing.
Thank you. This is what keep life this is what keep life fun. All of those obstacles you have to keep on overcoming. So
and who became a dad recently. So congratulations. Now you have more motivation to hustle and definitely not giving up. So congrats to that. Okay, so George, you've been amazing. I know that there's a lot of people watching in Facebook Live, and thank you so much for those joining in today. What is it, that one message? We always end up like this, DNI. What is the one message that you really want to tell your audience right now to really, really focus on at this moment and in the future?
One message. This is what I say to myself every day. And again, I don't mean to be religious, but there's one verse from the Bible. It says, "The horse is made ready for the day of the battle, but victory belongs to God."
Yeah.
It doesn't matter in my opinion, it doesn't matter how good you are. It doesn't matter how much prepared you are. You have to be blessed, and you have to give your Creator a lot of the, pretty much the credit for that. You see people who are blessed in their life, whatever they do, and again, don't just rely on yourself fully. You have to be ready. You can't ask God for a blessing and then you're not ready for it. So and this is what I tell myself every day, that I am that horse who's ready for the day of battle, but in the end, victory will belong to God no matter what. So be good, do good. Life is really too short. Too short to envy others, to talk bad about others, or to, just to waste it, the way that a lot of people are wasting it right now, or to be dramatic. Just improve yourself. And really the best satisfaction in the world is when you reach a limit that you didn't think that you could have done that 2 years ago. If I think back about myself 10 years ago, maybe I was a failure, but now I'm not close to being a failure. However, I'm not even close to be really who I want to be. So look up to yourself 5 years from now and really start acting on this today. I'm 30 today. I was 18 yesterday.
Right.
Yeah.
So every day you waste, it will drag another wasteful day, and then you know you will wake up one day, you're like, oh damn, I'm 70 years old. It's too late for me. And again, I'm not trying to be that person who's, but this is what I think about every day. Do it right now. It won't last forever. I had a big issue with that procrastination. I still have that issue sometimes. I'm like, you know, listen, this is me. I was a big procrastinator before, but every day I really push myself to do things that I know for a fact it will make me feel better when it's all done. So great opportunity in this business. Great times are coming ahead. Stop watching a lot of news. It's all negative, whether it's right, real or not, it's negative. And don't be one of those people who are attracted to negativity. This is why you know, and it's a proven fact. You look at the newspaper, what draw your attention first? Oh, 5 people died from this, versus 5 people recovered.
Exactly.
So look at the positive, and life is really not what happened you know to you.
But how you handle it.
It's really how it's your perspective about life, you know. Your perspective make the biggest difference. So and if you have any questions, listen, I'm always available. I mean, I speak with a lot of realtors from different companies. They ask me questions. You know, share the knowledge, you know, share it with everybody. There's plenty to go around. Plenty to go around.
Please tell people where they can find you and how they can reach you.
On Instagram, I can't miss you with my Instagram. I don't even know the name on Instagram.
You know,
I'm
George,
on Facebook.
Yes.
Instagram, the GK_real estate. So that GK_real estate. On Facebook, George Khoury, and we do have a page called It Is Real Time, where every Thursday we go live at 2 o'clock and pretty much discuss what's happening in the market.
Awesome.
And questions, 954-684-2205. Just text me. I always return call on the same day.
Definitely, you're definitely my brother, because we always think the same way. You were about to make me cry with what you said, because I know your story. I know where you came from, and you and I have very similar thoughts and mindset. And what you said, a lot of you know Tyler Perry, and he was homeless. And he said that he succeeded in life only by the grace of God. So, you know, sometimes we forget where we came from. We are all immigrants. The majority of us are immigrants. We cannot forget where we came from. We cannot be so selfish that we forget. In times like this, we have to be ready for what's coming, because we are resilient and we are warriors, and there's nothing that we cannot do. But you have to change your mindset and believe in yourself every single day and be grateful for everything that we have. That's been amazing message, George. I love you. You know that. I
appreciate you guys. Keep up the good work.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yes, thank you so much for sharing your story. Super inspirational. I think that people are going to get motivated to just keep pushing and not just get stuck in the circumstances, but just keep growing and learning. I think there's opportunity every day, like you said. So thank you so much for sharing it with us and for joining us today. It's been
absolutely.
Thank you. And God bless you. Have a wonderful day and continue to push.
All righty. Bye-bye.
Bye.